We've had some fantastic weather here. I love our winters in the subtropics, the cool nights, and the spectacular sunny days. Betty is our new puppy, and she'll likely be a fixture in my videos once we fix some of our fences. For now, she's on supervised outings only. We've had to stop using all of our smelly fertilizers in the garden, and we've been busy trying to teach her not to jump into the gardens. Now, this isn't one of my typical veggie garden videos, but I'm going to be setting up some in-ground worm farms to help process dog poo. Yes, you can have worm farms that process your pet poop. The only caveat is that you cannot use it on your edible gardens due to potential pathogens. Fruit trees are okay, just don't put these castings in your veggie patch. Now, I want it as easy as possible for everyone in the family to pick up after Betty. Nothing is worse than stepping in dog poo. My poor Uggies have already fallen victim. So I'm going to set up a couple around the place to make it really easy to do so. The first one I'm going to be using is this Old Birdie's Worm Tower. I don't know if they make these still. I've had it for over 10 years, and when I bought it, it was highly discounted, so it might have been discontinued at the time. I've never really found it helpful to use in garden beds, and I'd rather keep that space for growing. I do believe that the Tumbleweed brand has something similar now though. There are even specialized pet poo systems. If you Google worm towers, you'll likely find all sorts of types available. These would be relatively easy to make, however, just with a bit of PVC pipe, as it's just a cylinder with a bunch of holes in it. I'm planning on burying these around fruit trees or ornamentals. I have no intentions of harvesting these worm castings that it makes. It's purely for our waste disposal purposes only. I'll fill it up with loads of damp shredded paper, chuck in some worms from my worm farm, and then I'll start adding in the poo. I did intend on purchasing a worm bomb from Kookaburra Worm Farms, which is where I get my worms from, but they were out of stock. The worm bomb is a big pack of eggs, and usually by the time it gets to us, it has hatched loads of baby worms, and it is a really good way to boost your worm farm in a budget-friendly way. My plan is to top it up with either mulch or some more shredded paper once a week when I feed my big worm farm. Now, I probably should have buried this one a bit deeper, but I was just really scared of hitting the water pipe that runs along here. Having said that, it probably wouldn't have been such a terrible thing, as I do really want a tap in this location. You helping? I was going to make another one of these towers using PVC pipe to put in a different area, but I found this terracotta orchid pot which has side holes, and I thought I might see if this would work. It was only around $5, and I grabbed a bottom to use as a lid. I did also buy myself a long overdue tool to make my life easier. The area that I'm burying this one in is on a retaining walls, and I didn't want to interfere with the drainage that was in it, so I think the height of this one is going to be actually perfect. I think if she was a bigger dog, then this definitely would not be big enough, but we'll see how it goes. Again, I'm just going to fill this up with some damp shredded paper, and I will add in some worms I stole from my worm farm. Honestly, buying a shredder was possibly the best thing I could have done for my worm farm. I'll also be using some worm conditioner, probably on a weekly basis. This is so easy to make, and likely if you've got these products laying around. I just do a half mix of garden or dolomite lime and some rock minerals. I did used to add some dried out eggshells and add those, but with my main farm, I now just blend them with their weekly feed. If I don't have any rock minerals, I just raid my now defunct space that was once a sand pit and just grab some sand to add into the mix. I'm considering doing another one of these in the chicken area for the daily poop scoop. Currently, I'm just digging little holes in the mulch in the garden and popping it in. But it would be good to see if there's something close by that is a bit easier for the kids to use. I just want to see how this orchid pot goes first. Anyway, that's what we've done to help process our pet waste easily. Next week, I'll be doing a big worm farm harvest and making some foliar spray from the casting. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.